faith, and your song, World Without a Hero, is one of my favorite songs you ever sang. And I wanted to say I buried the first 5 Marines killed in the state of Indiana after 9/11 out of Grissom, which is about an hour north of here. So I lost a young Marine from that unit. And then I had the honor of being a senior Marine at the first ever Wounded Warriors program. So I went from 1 year, giving that flag, folding it to a mother, wife, or a daughter. And it's a heartbreaking idea to see that our country has become the divided states of America. But I believe in faith, and I believe that, like my sisters, when I went to Wounded Warriors, as soon as I landed here in Indianapolis, my only sister at age 49 had a stroke, so I was still on active duty, and a week and a half later I had to pull off life support. That 2 weeks later, you were here in Indianapolis, and I was going to take her to see you. So I just wanted to let you know that I just found out last night you were going to be here, and here I am talking to you. So I believe in faith. I actually wrote a song last week, and was getting ready to put it on Spotify called What Is an American. I reached out to President Trump last year on Flag Day, which is June 14th, which is just a week ago.
If you give me that, I can actually get the president to read that.
Sir, that's why God sent me here to you.
That's awesome. But there can't be enough said for you and anybody, first responders, anybody in uniform, are what makes America what it is. Not politicians who fart with their oral passage. It should be on the backside. I don't trust. The 2 most hated jobs are lawyers and politicians. We know that. Because they don't have to walk the walk, they just talk the talk. You walk the walk. But let me finish this. And so people keep talking to me all the time about, yeah, but you didn't vote for Hillary. Gee, I bet you're not a Trumping, and all that polarizing stuff.
Yes, sir.
So I'm old, and I've lived through different eras. You want to talk about the polarized America. The Vietnam War was a very polarizing time. Shameful how America, rich white asshole kids, were spitting at people who were risking their lives and happened to combat damage mentally, damage physically, whatever, and were spitting at them because they didn't agree with the point of view the government had. So this ain't nothing. We're doing great, really, because the founding fathers of these United States of America, in their wisdom, decided to have a curtain. And when you go and vote your conscience behind that curtain, when you vote for people, it's nobody's fucking business who you voted for, see? So we're not polarized at all. My suggestion to everybody is stop talking politics. If you like the man in the office, vote for him again in 2020. If you don't like him, vote for somebody who you feel comfortable with. But I will tell you one thing. I didn't even tell you who I voted for, because it's nobody's damn business. When you're in there voting your conscience, nobody's allowed to go, okay, so who are you voting for? And they stick their head. The curtains are there for people not to be peer group pressure and all that. But I said this at CNN, I think. The next president is going to be President Trump if the people in America feel safe, because people only care about 2 things. Can I feed my family, and is my family safe? The rest is just blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, when you go vote for it, has the person in charge improved my life, and do I feel more comfortable? The rest you can argue with. So if the Dow Jones Industrials, which I correctly predicted went up from 8,000, I rang the bell to New York Stock Exchange 2008. I said to everybody on Fox Business, I'm buying everything I can get my hands on, because before you know it, it'll be over 10,000. So it was said, so shall it be. So it was. And then I told people, buy America. It's the last place on earth, hope for mankind. It'll be over 15,000 before you know it. And it was. I've done very well with the stock market. And so when the current president came into power, and I know him well enough, I just want to say this above and beyond politics. The kids are great. No drugs. No booze. He's straight. No drugs, no booze, no. Doesn't even smoke, and he's doing the job for $1. He's not charging you anything. So people can argue with him, you hate him, you love, that's great. That's what makes America great. But if the Dow is approaching 30,000, and I believe it will, and if he's going to be, and I may agree, I may not, it's nobody's business. If that wall goes up, because he said he's going to build a wall, and a few other things, he's going to be the next president. And so it's of the people, for the people, by the people. And so here's a clue to all Americans. Couples are fighting with each other. There was actually a divorce. A woman who divorced her husband because he was for the president and she was for Hillary. Really? You married the guy for political reasons? So here's a good suggestion. Take notice of the fact that the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, Hamas, the ISIS guys, all the Boko Haram, all the various extremists around the world hate all of you because you're American. They make no difference between Republicans and Democrats or anything else. So that's a good piece of advice. Why don't we see each other the way they do? We're all Americans. That if you disagree with me, it's your America too. I can't dismiss you. You have just as much of a right to your version of America as I do. And so all of us, just fucking stop it. You want to disagree with somebody? Vote. That's the biggest power on the planet. You can't do that in Saudi Arabia, you can't do that in the Middle East, you can't do that in Africa, you can't do it in lots of places. Here, you can say and be whoever you want to be. Greatest country on earth, you bet your ass it is.